Stay positive
Wait,
while
sorry.
remaining
Okay, so
corona negative with
No, I can't hear.
okay, okay. Now sound
Stay
should be
positive.
fixed. Yeah.
Okay, there's a little delay.
Of course, there'll be a delay. I mean, you're not going to have
Yeah.
instant sound. It has to go over the internet and come back to you. So
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
From me to the server to YouTube to.
No, I can't. Perfect.
Okay. Okay. Now sound
all right.
should be fixed.
Well,
Let's send for Stoner then. Okay, there's a little
oh, well, we got to
delay.
first do an introduction first.
Okay.
There'll be a delay. I mean, you're not going to have instant sound. It has to go over the internet. Somebody has their volume all the way up.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
From me to the server to YouTube to.
I hear myself 2 times. All right. Well,
Let's send for Stoner then. Okay, there's a little
oh, we got to first do an introduction first. There'll be a delay. I mean, you're not going to have 2 times. It has to go over the internet. Somebody has their volume all the way up.
Yeah, perfect.
Who has their sound on?
Okay. Problem is fixed. It wasn't the sound.
All right.
I'm using that loopback device to feed in all sounds from the computer, but I've started the stream on YouTube, so that audio was streamed with the loopback device.
Cool. And I'm also in on the. So last time I fucked up because I was basically in on the second phone, but I wasn't checking the chat. So when they were asking to be added in, I couldn't add them. But this time I will be able to. So Josie, if you could send me. Oh no, it's okay. It's fine. I don't need anything.
I'm gonna send the link, and then we're gonna tell people what the hell is going on, because right now we're just like zoning hell out. Anyways, guys, welcome back to Quarantine Hub, special 420 edition. We have a special guest star today in the cannabis industry. Everyone knows him as Uncle Stoner. If you guys don't know, I was with him in Jamaica for 34 days. So we're gonna have him here today. He's gonna talk about cannabis, how it helps him, how it helps me, etc., etc. So let's get this party started.
Yay!
All right, let me send him the link. Right on WhatsApp, because that's how we do it. All right.
Like professionals.
Yep.
If you have any problem,
420
problems, let me know. The connect audio button is on the left side. All right. He got the link, he received it, he opened it, so he should be coming here shortly.
Awesome.
And later on, after the live stream, I will be doing a live stream on my channel where I will be taking this. You guys can't see it. This is 225 milligram cake, and I will be eating it. And every 20, 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, basically I'm gonna do the stream, pause it, do the stream, pause it, and then show you guys how messed up I get from just one brownie.
Okay.
Gotta do something special for 420. All this crazy crap going around.
But that looks really good, Joran, the 420 quarantine.
Yeah,
Nice.
I know.
So
It's delicious.
Let me check the WhatsApp. Seems like he's.
What's WhatsApp? What's WhatsApp?
What's WhatsApp?
What's WhatsApp? Is it what's WhatsApp? Or is it Steve's WhatsApp?
No, it's ICQ all over again.
Oh, send this message to 1,000 people to get your ICQ flower blue.
Yeah. Happy 420. Yeah, it's a pity, man. The situation here is like, be nice to have some, but yeah.
It's fucking illegal.
Yeah, it's like in like Josie said, it's like getting it like in a bag where it's rolled over by a tractor or something.
They call that Reggie over here.
They call it gack here, or they give you really like, terrible hash, which I don't smoke or anything like that. But I mean, if I was in Amsterdam, I'd eat a cake, no problem.
Yeah, but
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year all rolled into one.
You'll be eating enough cakes once all this is all settled and dusted, and we're all sitting together somewhere, wherever we're going to be at. And
okay, we have somebody joining.
Oh, nice.
That's probably Bobby West, aka Uncle Stoner.
Bobby.
That's Uncle Stoner.
Nice.
Is he connected by video or just by audio?
Yeah, he's connecting to the audio signal. And he's connected to audio and he's muted.
He's got to turn on his video. Let me see if he can turn on your video. So turn on video. I think he has Android, so like I can't give him like specific like direct. There should be I think the icon is. Where's the icon for? Let me see where the icon is for here for video.
Yay!
Hey Bobby.
Now he's muted.
I think
he's muted.
You're still muted.
But I can force unmute.
Yeah.
There we go.
Welcome to QuarantineHub.
Hello. What's up, Bobby?
Welcome.
Not much, man. Just sitting out here, enjoying this beautiful day, this 420. Yeah. This quarantine, of course, all of us being quarantined, I can imagine a lot of people, if we didn't have cannabis, would be in worse shape right now. A lot of depression, a lot of veterans out there, usually you lose 22 veterans every day normally. So I can imagine how it is now. And I pray that a lot of these veterans are in states that can have cannabis, because that sure in hell helps break up monotonous, takes away the depression, gives you energy, kind of makes you be able to, when you have days, beautiful days, and you please go outside, makes you feel at least want to go outside and get back in somewhat the swings. Because, sometimes when you get enclosed, you get into that feeling and that atmosphere and that rhythm of being sheltered and stuff. And a lot of veterans sometimes, especially with those PTSD, we're used to getting in grooves and stuff and depressed, and so we get used to it, and then sometimes it takes a while for us to snap out of it. But with cannabis, it's a lot easier and it helps us a lot more than just hanging in there and trying to deal with it just by quarantine and no medication. So I thank God for cannabis in the states that can have it, So yeah, doing good. Just cannabis, just about to have hemp. One of my CBD cigarettes.
Yes. I love those CBD cigarettes. I do love them. I remember smoking them in Jamaica with you.
They have some other great products, but if you go on there and type in Uncle Stoner in all caps, you get 15% discount. But yeah, they've helped me quit smoking, and that's the other thing. A lot of veterans smoke and stuff just because of nerves and things. And sometimes you need something in your hands while we speak. Well, might as well be a CBD cigarette, something in cannabis, and it's healthy, to do good for your body instead of ruining it with a tobacco. So
yeah, and like you said, most military people smoke because, like in the army, we had this thing smoking when you got them. If you didn't have cigarettes, you didn't get a break, so you were kind of forced to smoke cigarettes in a way, and then you get addicted. And yeah, like Uncle Stoner's saying, he's now he's smoking CBD cigarettes and doesn't smoke regular cigarettes anymore. Basically, he's not causing harm to his body. So bam, just like that.
No, it's helped me out a lot because I was smoking a pack and a half of cigarettes a day. So.
Bobby, nice to meet you, and we've chatted one time, Kaz here. But I want to ask you. I just want to ask you a question. So, what's your plan for 420 today? What's your plan look like?
Well, as I said, we're quarantined, and all my friends are in different states. I'm coming on shows like this. So I'm just medicating and being thankful that that cannabis is recognized as a medication and is acceptable in most states and most countries now. Instead of it being that the devil's weed, the devil's harvest, reefer madness, people are now understanding. No, this is a plant that's been put on this planet for a reason, and that is to heal us mentally, physically, spiritually, and if needed, monetarily, in ways. So I think that this world, thank God that this world has changed. It sucks that this virus is out there and that we're have to be sheltered during this time when this would have been one of the hugest probably 420s in the world right now. All over the world, people would be celebrating. I myself would be doing a squash off right now in Puerto Vallarta. It would have been at the Mayan Hayes International Tennis Business Conference and Expo and squash off. And we're supposed to have a squash off today, but we're not there now because of this virus. And that sucks. It's hard on a lot of us people because cannabis is a communal thing. You feel better when you're smoking it with friends and experiencing it with friends. It's just a known fact. And so for us to be isolated, it's rough. But I'm glad I have friends, and now they have these different videos and stuff that we can do, and everybody can at least somewhat talk to their friends around the world. But I think if people are realizing how important cannabis is, especially these parents, people that have all the kids at home now. I can see a lot of them smoking a lot more cannabis than do with their children.
Yeah, probably.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing. One thing I got to say is pretty great. Also, is a lot of states they have deemed dispensaries necessary. So a lot like in California, the dispensaries are open. Michigan, the dispensaries are open. So thank God we're at that point now. They realize that we need, and that they're allowing us to still be able to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say this. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Just like most people, like what he was saying, most people, they'll sit at home right now and they'll start drinking. They'll start drinking more and more. And, even people on TikTok, I'm on TikTok now too, but people there are doing all these drunken memes, drunken this and that. But as soon as I post a picture of me, let's say eating a cake or smoking a joint, it gets criminalized, community guidelines, which I think is messed up because why are they allowing drinking? Which is, what can happen if you drink too much? You get you can end up in a hospital. You can get all sorts of stuff.
You can die.
Alcohol poisoning, your liver. You can do stupid things, all kinds of stuff. When you're drunk, when you're high, you don't really do that. I mean, yeah, there are some dumb stoners out there, but they'd be dumb no matter what.
True.
So there are you do hear some stupid stoner stories, but not as much as you do these alcohol. And these stoner stories you hear never usually end up in someone getting killed or harmed really bad. It's usually something fun or something. But with alcohol, it's usually, this person drunk. It's all death or this or that. So
especially with everyone being at home, now you have domestic abuse and stuff like that. People they get drunk and they get violent, they get aggressive. That doesn't happen. You don't have somebody smoking, or eating a whole brownie and then beating up his wife. It doesn't happen. And I've never heard of a stoner story like that. So that's
exactly. You hear people doing. That's one thing. So I'm hoping a lot of these people are turning to cannabis instead of alcohol because it is people and being in close spaces and stuff, and even as your family can tend to get on your nerves and stress you out and drive you crazy. And I'm sorry for some of these kids that have abuseful homes and stuff that they have to be there. And hopefully their parents turn to cannabis, and it's hugs instead of beating you.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting because like you guys mentioned alcohol and stuff there. And for years and years, I drank heavily, and to the point where I was kind of going out forgetting to go home, and so I don't drink anymore. But what one thing I will say is it caused me severe anxiety, depression, all that stuff. And what I will say is that certain types of cannabis, for me, and I wanted to share this when we were on here today, which is very interesting. Sometimes for me personally, the benefit was the really high THC, like when I was living in the Netherlands, it used to fuck me up really, really bad, and so I'd be really anxious. But when I got the high CBD and the low THC, for my personal thing, it was great. It was perfect for me. It mellowed me out, really happy, no anxiety, very good. So the strains I think that's really important. And from seeing you as well in with Josie in Jamaica, Uncle Stoner, when you were explaining about the stuff, the different strains and the strains and all the different cannabinoids and all that stuff and the terpenes, it was very, very interesting to me, because it would be, if I was in a country right now where it was legal and if I could get something that was proper that would medicate lifestyle, I would definitely be having it, because it really does help anxiety-wise and stuff like that. I know you get people that argue where they say, it causes anxiety. Yeah, I agree. But some people, certain strains can fuck you up. But it's
Yeah,
the same
but
thing.
just have a look at the standard
You're correct.
plants.
You're correct. Certain people, certain types, even me, there's certain sativas. If it's a straight sativa, sometimes when I smoke it, I get paranoid. And it's just, that's how it is. But it doesn't do it to all people, and that's why some people like, that's why hybrids are good, or something with CBD in it, because it gives you that even kill. You still need that uppity, a little bit of energy, but you don't, but you want that nice, floating high. That's why I usually mostly do hybrids or something, CBD kind of mellows me out, especially when I'm anxious and stuff.
Yeah, it's a miracle plant. A miracle plant.
No, it is.
Chaz,
It's a amazing plant,
Ted, I mean, you know the story, Bobby. Down in Jamaica, when I started getting off my antidepressants, I started taking less and less the pill, and then Uncle Stoner started giving me THC pills in the morning. I would start taking those, and now I've been off my antidepressants since I left Jamaica. And I honestly haven't felt better. Do I still smoke? Yeah, I smoke maybe a bowl in the morning, do my work, and then that's it. It's not like I'm like religiously smoking just to keep positive. No, it's also a mindset thing. Not just smoking.
It helps keep you maintained.
Yeah, exactly. And keep your mind occupied. Don't focus on all this crap because, I call it crap because it is. It's just, it doesn't even seem real anymore. But if you focus on that, you're going to start falling back into that depression, even if you are smoking, it's still going to mess with you. So that's another thing I want to just add in there.
I agree with you. It is rough for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still here in Arizona.
No matter what with cannabis, you don't have. What's that?
I said I'm stuck here in Arizona.
You're in Arizona,
but I'm still stuck here. Yeah.
I know. Well, I have friends that are still stuck in Jamaica. We were actually going to stay till May 4th. We were extending our stay, but they asked us if we could leave because they didn't think they didn't have enough resources for the Jamaican people if they did have an episode. So they asked us if we could leave early, so we left a little early. And if we did wind up staying, we would have been stuck there till September or longer, because I think the new order that Trump put in is that there's no travel internationally, at least till September.
Don't tell me that.
That's what I heard. I heard something about it.
That's a great. I'm planning on coming to Miami in July.
I don't know. I'm hoping things will change, because that's the thing. There's a lot of Americans, a lot of people are taking this virus serious, and there's a lot of people that are still acting like it's no big deal or it's a hoax and stuff. I went today. I wore gloves and a mask. I went to go get the title for the trade the other day, and there was people there. They were all 6 feet apart. When I got up to the line, all of a sudden this lady came in, breathing heavy, no mask on, drunk, and complaining how there was a line, and asked one guy if he could move up closer to us, if he was in line. And she's like, well, you need to move closer to them. I looked at her like, there's 6 feet rule. And she looked at me like I cussed her out. So there's still got people out there that are not taking this thing serious. All I need to do is 14 days of everybody taking this serious. Try not to cross-contaminate. If you go out, come back, change your clothes, wash it, wipe everything down and stuff. But a lot of people aren't doing that. That's what I think one of the big problems is that Americans, we all think it's conspiracy theories and this and that, and that it's a hoax. A lot of people. That's what I'm worried about. I've been quarantined for a month now. I've been back for a month in Jamaica. Me and my wife are about to get on the road. But we're going to a place where they've been quarantined for a month too, our friends, and we're going to stay with them. They've already quarantined for a month, been quarantined. Now we're going to go quarantine together for a week, 2 weeks. And I think that's how it should be when people start getting back out. It should be when they go out, they should go to their close friends that they know have been also taking this serious and been quarantined same amount of time. So we don't wind up,
Because now, to what you're saying with people, they have in Jacksonville, they reopened the beaches. Why would they reopen the beaches in Jacksonville? People are now going to the beach, and exactly some of those people might have been in quarantine, but some of those people may have not been in quarantine. Now you have them swimming in the same water,
and also then you have the people that are susceptible to this. people that are aceptive of this, that it's not affecting them, but they're carriers, and so they're taking it out there, give all these other people are getting it from them.
We had that the 2.5 weeks of lockdown in Germany, and after Easter they were losing it, and now people are like before, going everywhere in groups, 10 people, 50 people, and the Ministry of Health is saying, yeah, we have everything under control, we can control that pandemic. Nothing can be controlled. It's stupid, and people are believing that shit.
Yeah, I know. And there's other places. I think New Orleans, it's one of the biggest epicenters. Everybody over there was still going out and acting like there's no big deal, and now they have a lot of cases there.
Surprise.
And it's just, I know it's rough for people, but you have to do it. Stay home. If you do go, like when we did go grocery shopping, we wore mask, gloves. When we came home, we kept all the groceries outside. We wiped them down individually, and then brought them in the house. And then plus we changed our clothes, just because right now, we're up the road. I'd get Mexico right now, have squash off there today. But we're not, so we're at my in-laws right now. And then, again, so we don't want to pass that on. We want to make sure that we don't pass anything like plus my wife having asthma, she's at higher risk.
Can I ask you a question about so the squash off and stuff like that? Do you like so is there anything that you've come across since you've been pressing that you were like, that is there anything that you've come up with yourself, like your own kind of a mix of strains? Because you grow, right? You grow when you were in Jamaica as well.
Yeah, well, I grow, and we do a lot of crossbreed. I'll take strains from here, I get from Crockett or DNA or a few other Cincy seeds and stuff, and I'll take them back to Jamaica, and I'll take and find some good stable Jamaican strains and do some crossbreeding. Or like this time, I took some stuff from Amsterdam and I crossed it with some strains from Mexico. A lot of people like Alien OG, that has a Mexican strain in it. So Mexico has some good strains. So I took 2 strains from there that I liked. I did a crossbreed. I took the M4, which is 80% indica, 20% sativa, and crossed it with the old school reclining Buddha, which is also 80% indica and 20% sativa, and crossed them together to kind of give it a little different twang. Now, did that. Also took a Neville Haze, original Neville Haze. I actually grew that last year. Took it and regrew it again this year, though the best pheno out of that I got in the seeds, and regrew that and crossed it with a Jamaican Purple Tangy. And now I'm going to be calling that Neville's Haze Island. I was growing that, as I said, when he passed away. So in honor of him, Neville's Haze Island. I'm doing some crossbreeding with a lima. One of my limas I got from Mexico. It has a very strong lime smell to it. I crossed that with the M4 also. And then next year, I'm going to be doing some more crossing with that. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of the breeding. Some of the seeds have gone over here in the States. They've grown we got a Caribbean strawberry. Caribbean strawberry #1 we crossed with Crockett Strawberry Fields and crossed it with Salvo from Jamaican Tangy. And it turned, we had 5 different phenos, and they took one of the phenos, some of the seeds, and they grew it here in Boston. And at week 5, it's frosty as hell. So I know some of the genetics that we're doing are really nice. And so I just haven't been able to release them to the rest of the world yet.
And you've got a large seed bank then. You've probably got a lot of, lots of seeds and all different ones from everywhere.
Oh yeah, I've got seeds. I got a lot of old school seeds and stuff that I've done a lot of breeding with. And plus I've done some breeding in the past that I'm taking them seeds and recrossing with stuff. We got a Mr. Durpo, we got Sweet Jesus, we have a Boulder Kush. I don't know. I don't know how many different strains and stuff we have. And a lot of them, ones I just named, they've all been test grown. Some were test grown in Colorado, got up to 8-9 feet tall, huge nugs. And then some were tested in Northern California. Same thing, really nice, big nugs, crystals, and some. I've been letting them out to some of my friends and stuff, and letting some of them be test grown. I want to make sure they're really stable genetics before I let them out,
What was that one seed you had in Jamaica that you had for like a couple of years or whatever like that? And
that was the reclining Buddha. That's the
that was
said. Harry Rosin got some seeds. He bought them from Soma Seeds. and he forgot about me like 10 years or so, and he found them, he planted them, and he harvested it, and he had a jar of nugs, and at the High Times Cup, I think it was in California, he's like, here, help yourself to some nugs, and I grabbed a few nugs, and one of them nugs had one seed in it. Wow. And I kept that for another 5-6 years. Lost it for a little bit because it was in a box when we moved. Finally found that box with all my strength, and I took that, germinated it in Jamaica. It came up a female, and so I crossed that with the M4. So that's the one I did.
So it actually, I remember it was growing, so it actually grew all the way. Then you actually got it all the way.
It grew all the way. We seeded it out. I got at least we got at least half a jar full before we left, and then when Matt took our friend Matt that Master Inc. Incorporated over there that does a growing, a lot of our test growing and stuff too. He took some of the flour and he seeded the rest of it. And he got a half jar, so I got probably a full jar, probably about 20,000 seeds maybe. They're reclining Buddha. Plus I have the original reclining Buddha also growing there at his house.
Wow. What are your thoughts on Keith?
The reclining Buddha is like, he needs to come. What's that?
I was just gonna ask you, what are your thoughts on Keith and on hash? So like, do you like your hashes and the Keith and stuff?
I love Keith. I mean, I enjoy smoking. But what best thing I love about Keith, especially if it's done right, it makes the best hash. I mean, excuse me, rosin. The best rosin. Oh man, you get some amazing rosin from Full Mouth Keith, which I'm excited about because when I go to Michigan, I'll probably be getting some from one friend who does Pineapple Express and he does banana, and then he does a banana, which is pineapple and banana.
Oh, banana! I remember that one. Well, this guy Taz has never had a dab before. Bobby, he's never had a dab before. He's gonna be feeling it.
Time to go to Jamaica.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully we're gonna be back there again this December. Hopefully things will be back and we can go back to our home in December. Because as I said, we don't have a house here in the U.S. Our full-time home is Jamaica for wintertime. Because normally in the summertime we're traveling around. I would have already done a squash off in Michigan. I would have already been in Mexico for 2 weeks and been at this event called Mayan Haze for at least a week. And today would have been the squash off there. Would have came back, would have went to Amsterdam next month and did a squash off there during the Jack Herrera Cup. Yeah. Would have came back and did a few other places like a Champs Trade Show. We were going to do a squash off with them in Chicago here. But that, all that stuff, that's because of the coronavirus has gotten delayed. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to do one this year. I hope things change. But if not, it's just to be bigger and better, and more people will be wanting to see it and be part of it next year.
So we have to retry our experiment from February, Jochen, where we tried to get Snoop Dogg and Uncle Stoner on stage. Do you remember?
Oh that? Yeah. We gotta do that. I told them that we're gonna make that happen somehow. That Uncle Stoner will be in Amsterdam with Snoop.
Believe it or not, our second squash off we ever did, I get a call from this place called Vehicle City in Michigan, and they're like, "Hey, what would it take for you to come do a squash off here?" And I told them everything, and they said, "Okay." And once we agreed on everything, then he tells me, "Oh, by the way, Snoop Dogg's performing right after your squash off." So our second squash off we ever had, Snoop Dogg came over, Snoop Lion, I should say. He came in DJ. So I was on side stage with him once, and I did meet him. Oh God, about this had to have been in the 90s. In the 90s or early 2000s, no, actually maybe early 2000s. He played in Reno, Nevada. I just got done harvesting. I was in the elevator, and his uncle was in the elevator. He's like, "Smells like you got some good lunch." I'm like, "Oh, because that time." I'm like, "Oh," and I showed him the nugget. "You coming up to the party?" I'm like, "What party?" He goes, "Oh, my nephew, Snoop." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So that was a long time ago, and that was real brief because I had something else to do. So I just went in there, dropped off some weed, and left. So I didn't, didn't really so.
Oh, it will happen soon. We'll make it happen. The three of us will make it happen, and two will be smoking a blunt with Snoop Dogg. I think that needs to be something that needs to be achieved.
Live on QuarantineHub.
Yeah, live on QuarantineHub. Do you have any favorite spots in Amsterdam, Uncle Stoner?
As far as going to kick it in that, I like, of course, it's kind of a small space, but I love my gray area. If you go to the gray area, there's a photo of me from back in 2001 or 2002 when I had dreadlocks. It's a picture of me behind our sign because I'm from a town called Grass Valley. Straight up, Grass Valley, California, elevation 420, believe it or not. So that's why California to smoke weed. That's one of my favorite places there. When I'm there, Premere is a nice place too because it's so huge, and they have some good quality stuff there. They were some of the places I go, and then also any of the Amsterdam genetics places. I really enjoy their edibles there. Their edibles are top notch there. Amazing. They're 5-star chefs, and I've never, and their cannabis and their teeth and their hash are really good there. There's a lot of good shops there, and of course the Kroom. I like the Kroom too because the Kroom they actually have a rosin press right there, so you can go there, buy your flour or buy some hash and squash it right there. We did it one time. I think we bought 4 grams of hash, and we wind up getting 2.5 grams of rosin back.
Oh wow!
So it's worth it. Yeah, we got a good return. Yeah. So them were my places, and of course, back in the day when Cincy was actually Cincy, a coffee shop, and that was a cool place always to kick it at back in the day. And then, of course, God rest his soul, when Franco was alive, I used to kick it with him there at the greenhouse, there right there by the French Canal. Me and Franco a lot.
Well, I might be moving to either Portugal or Spain here.
There's so many different favorite places. What's that?
I may be moving to Portugal or Spain, so if that's the case, even if it's Portugal, we got to get you to go some exploring in Spain with cannabis being, like it is in Amsterdam now. People are saying it's better than it is in Amsterdam, so we may have to bring the Uncle Stoner over and be like, hey, let's see if it's Uncle Stoner approved.
Yeah.
Well, I've been to Barcelona a few times for Cannabis and whatnot. I got invited to be a judge at the Turk Tower. Sorry about that. I got invited to be a judge at the Turk Tower Classic, but I was still in Jamaica and everything, and I would have been tut much of a hassle to fly back from Jamaica to the States and then to Spain, and back from Spain to the States and back to Jamaica.
Oh yeah.
So I couldn't do it, but then again, everything got canceled over there. You seen?
No. Well, we shall see how things roll out. That's like I said. I'm trying to just. This is why we created this, because the entire reason we created this, as you see in the model, you don't see staying positive while remaining corona negative. That's our whole thing, is to keep people positive. You know how goofy I am. These other two guys are just as goofy. I was in Las Vegas with this guy below me, or wherever he's at, the guy with the glasses. He invited me to Las Vegas, and we were doing the meow meow in Las Vegas. We had a zombie do the meow meow, just because, why not, just be yourself. So
you have to not take life too serious. Yes, this is a serious time, but you have to put a smile on your face, on people around you. Make sure other people around you and yourself are enjoying life and happy, because this can bring a lot of people down.
Yeah.
So if you see someone
it's serious, but it's also a game.
Of course, nowadays, so it's hard to see if someone's smiling at you because you got masks on. So maybe take a little smiley faces on a mask. That's what we should do, because it's kind of hard to see someone smiling at you.
Yeah, but you can also just do this and put this wolf mask on and just.
There you go.
I got the smiley face.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're pretty. My wife got some. She was supposed to order some funny ones, but she forgot to. I just got the regular surgical ones.
We've got Curilla. Look.
Curilla. Here's a nice jungle.
Yeah, we're pretty crazy. We're pretty crazy. I say that.
So,
Hey,
Mr.
no.
Mask is here. Greetings, Mr. Mask.
Hey, Purilla, what is going on?
So here, I think I'm gonna come inside.
Is that,
Can you
is
show
that
us?
Uncle
So this is
Stoner?
why
Can you
I
show
walk
us any
inside.
pressing, Uncle Stoner? Do you have your press? Can you show us the press?
He can probably show us a dab. if he wants.
Or a
I
dab?
just picked it up yesterday and it's in my car. It's not set up yet. I don't have it set up yet.
We take a
I
dab
have it
for
in my car. I
420.
just picked it up. Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and.
Yes. He's
Do a
gonna
dab.
do an epic dab. If you guys haven't seen one of his newest videos, he took a really, really big dab. Like I was like, man, I would have died if I would have taken that, but
Go up to my man cave.
Uncle Stoner's Man Cave, live here on QuarantineHub.
Purilla.
All right. There we go.
I need to get some
That's
sunglasses.
There's some of the stuff I have. Let's see. I got sweet tooth, peanut butter breath,
Peanut butter bread.
or silverback glue.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
Let's
a.
see.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, my atomizer went out in my Carta. They're one of my new sponsors for our squash off, actually. So when we start up again doing our squash off, every judge, instead of getting a nectar collector, will get a Carta. So they'll have a nice Carta to keep and smoke out of and you judge with, and then they get to keep them. And that sponsor is coming from Show Industries, Mastermind Distributing.
Nice.
Let's see, which one is it? Yeah, Sweet Tooth. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
A little higher, maybe?
A little bit higher, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Oh man.
All right. Can you guys see? Y'all can see me though right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm dabbing.
Now we should play the Uncle Stoner dab song, but I don't have it's on my laptop.
I'll do it. 1 second. I'll do it. Do I have it? No.
I don't think you have it.
I think. Yeah.
What about Diamonds Are Dabber's Best Friend? You got that one?
I don't have I'm not on my laptop right now. I'm outside on the park that's supposedly shut down, so.
All right. Well, happy 420 to everybody around the world that is watching us. Much love and respect. Spread that peace and that love.
But that wasn't a bong, but that worked.
Staying positive while remaining corona negative.
Fire it up, come along. Let me take a hit from the Man, there's so much smoke, Uncle Stoner. So much smoke.
Yeah,
This is what I have to treat myself. Bobby, I have a super mega brownie, 225 milligrams of THC.
Ooh.
I got this from. I'm gonna eat that later on my channel live stream. So.
Oh, there you go.
I will be there watching.
Yeah, I could have smoked out this one. I should have, but oh well.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's my
that's your custom. That's the custom one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of the custom ones right there.
Yeah.
I got a few.
Amazing. What the
Nice.
fuck?
Yeah.
Uncle Stoner, he's got all
That's
sorts of
one
custom stuff.
Well,
That's just
a
the
lot of
custom
stuff.
card. The custom card that we had in Jamaica, where the guy took a dab and then jumped into the hole, like with that custom card. That
was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy.
That was
Yeah.
holding that. I was like, oh my god! If I break this, I'm dead. That's literally what I thought.
I love
Like,
that
oh
one.
my
That
god! I
one
have to
was
hold-
done by Shayla Windstar Glass. She's an amazing glass artist. And I commissioned her. I said, hey, make me something just crazy. Like a week later, I'm like, how you doing? She goes, well, is there a way you can give me some kind of direction? It'll be easier. I'm like, well, just make sure it represents me and my travels and cannabis around the world. And boom, that's what she came up with. I think she did an amazing job. She's a great artist, great class artist and everything. But you guys definitely check her out, Windstar Glass on Instagram.
Definitely, yeah. We'll put the link in the description as well, or in the comments.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
That's not a problem.
All
right.
My battery's about to die, guys. I just realized that. Ooh.
Oh, that we were about to. I was gonna say just end it anyways. But what we'll do is I'm gonna put Uncle Stoner's channel in the bottom, guys. If you guys want to see, go share some love, subscribe to him. You know, he's a cool guy, as you guys see.
Cool videos, yeah, we got some pretty good videos that you helped make and everything. Plus, I got some videos from the past and stuff, from some of the largest grow facilities around in Colorado to one of the youngest cannabis patients in history, Amelia. All kinds of different videos. To Boston George, you name it.
Ron, I look forward to coming back to Jamaica and seeing you again and making more videos. You know, maybe all these crazy. Oh yeah, we'll all be there.
All right, bless.
Stay blessed.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Peace out. Happy 420.
Take care, bless.
Take care, bless.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
Bam, there we go. We just had Uncle Stoner on our live stream, guys.
Yeah, on QuarantineHub.
If that's not on 420.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good. But it was the...
We're 10xing it. Next time.
Yeah, we did.
Next time, Snoop Dogg? Who knows?
It's possible. I mean, you know.
I mean, I shit you not. I was thinking about it this morning, and then Kaz said you should invite Uncle Stoner. I was like, I voice clipped him on WhatsApp because I have that connection. Messaged him, boom, yeah, I'm down, and there we go. So, if you guys want to, again, anybody else in the comments later on, whatever, just he's asking if he did a good job and where we can watch this. Of course, he did good. Of course, Bobby, you're always welcome to come back as well. So.
Yeah, and maybe we can get Aldo one day as well from High Times. We might be able to get Aldo.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely hit him up like one of these days, next couple of days, whatever.
But I want to say something there which is very interesting to anybody watching this, and how this came about was really, really funny because this whole connection, and like Jochen can probably tell you in a minute so as well, but an interesting part is, so when I was messaging Jochen in Amsterdam and we were chatting, and he's like, I got this invite to go to, do a festival in the US. He's like, do you think I should go? And I was like, yeah, well, suss it out, check it out and see. And he goes and, he makes the connection. The next thing after the festival, he ends up in this place and there is Uncle Stoner sitting across the table from him, aka Bobby, who you just saw, who was live with us. And he says, I want you to come to visit Jamaica. And so, he gets flown out, Josie gets flown out, and that's how this whole connection came about. So in the fact of, if we're talking about entrepreneurship and networking, look at what happened there. And so, stay positive and anything can happen for you too.
Yeah, and I mean, I wanted to reflect on it earlier, but we hadn't come in the call right away. But I actually have been, as I mentioned with the call with Bobby, I got prescribed anti-meds for about 12 months, antidepressants. And that was after my unfortunate suicide attempt. So yeah, whatever, I can talk about it now. So they gave me antidepressants and, it used to keep me positive in the morning and shit like that. And then when I was in the States, I was actually on a hemp farm, Nanda Farms, and there was this girl, Sarah Stenop, she's the owner. And she's the one that kind of, told me about her story, being on 17 different types of pills. And she just one day said, screw it, and just started smoking. And, she motivated me for me to do my thing. So I started cutting my antidepressant in half. And I know that's not the most advisable thing to do with people that are on antidepressants. You're not supposed to cut cold turkey, which I didn't do. I slowly worked myself off. And when I was in Jamaica, as Kaz was saying with Uncle Stoner, I started running out of my pills. So he had these little THC capsules, and I started taking those in the morning. And now I smoke a little bit in the morning, and I'm fine. And I'm antidepressant free. I've never felt better. So that's just proof, again, that this will work. Again, I'm not saying if you're on antidepressants or pills, throw them all away and throw them down the toilet and start smoking. No, you have to, especially if you've been taking them for multiples of years, work yourself up gradually. And doctors will probably advise you to not do it, but screw it, man. You see me. I mean, everything is documented on my channel. My entire travel to Jamaica. everything. So like the proof is there. It's just you got to be smart, and you can't just jump to a conclusion, and that's just what I want to say.
And also, I just want to add in there for anybody who's watching. Look, it is what it is, right? These videos are for educational purposes only. We're not advising, telling you what to do or what not to do. But at the same time, I do advocate for myself personally. I advocate saying that, yes, I agree that it's a miracle plant. I think it's fantastic. If I could get more of it here, I would be. If it was the right strain, or if I could grow it, I would be. That's my personal opinion. The same way as Jochen's personal opinion and Joe Ram's personal opinion. We all have
saved
personal
my
opinion.
life multiple times.
Yeah.
But it's fucking illegal in Germany. So you have to deal with criminals and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, okay, the police, they are not so after it. But dealing with criminals every time is not acceptable.
Yeah. There needs to be change.
And
especially,
when we were in Vegas, February, it was so awesome going to a dispensary, high quality products, high quality meds, top notch service, a great experience, and not dealing with criminals. An enormous choice of products, all quality tested, complete quality
informative.
assured.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like I personally know people in severe pain, and the Irish cannabis laws right now are not like, it's not tailored. It's tailored to maybe cancer patients or somebody else for medical use, but it shouldn't be that way, because there are so many people in severe pain that cannot get access. They can't get it, and they're forced to have to go to a street dealer where they're getting shit, and it's like it's not good.
And the other point is the price point. So for that extreme measures, it's also legal in Germany for some cases, but the price point is so expensive. People are not using the legal option, even if they have access to it, because they cannot. They don't have the funds for it because it's too expensive. So they're going to street dealers buying that stuff. So nobody is helped for real, because the law is still completely dysfunctional.
Well, it also, not to get into the whole, it's not really a big conspiracy. I mean, we all know it, but it also goes back to big pharma and everything like that. They're losing money. If everyone starts smoking weed, finding their strain, and just smoking to get stoned, big pharma ain't gonna make no money. And that's the dead honest truth, because big pharma, especially here, I've noticed it. People are hooked on one pill. It doesn't work after a few months. Oh, here's another pill. Oh, there's another pill. There's another pill. There's another pill. There's another pill.
It's not just try and error. So I've spoken with different doctors in the past, and how are you deciding? I was asking on what pills should I take, and all of them was like, it's easy. I have a list of 20 or 30 different pills. And at first, I give you the pill I know best, because I'm always giving that. And if the negative things of that medication are too high for you, we can go to the next pill. It's the second pill I've just chosen to give to people. There is no medical background or no theoretic background beyond it. It's just. Yeah, I've talked with Big Pharma, and there was a guy, and he told me that's a perfect product, and so I've started using it, and now I'm giving it all to my depressed patients. And they could do medical checks on that. There are procedures to get your blood tested and do different kind of real MRI brain scans, and to get perfect diagnostics on. Okay, is there something within your chemicals wrong? And they can fix it, particularly. But they won't do it because it costs too much money, and they cannot sell millions of millions SSRIs and other antidepressants.
Let me just really quick. To go, because you were saying about the chemical thing. That was I have to say, when I first started getting off my antidepressants, that was the thing. I remember at one point I only had half a pill in the morning, and I felt completely like tired, drained all day. And then the person came back with some cannabis and was like, "Hey Jay, smoke some cannabis." I smoked one bowl of cannabis out of a bong. I edited an entire video. I trimmed 150 pounds of hemp, and then we started. we watched South Park till like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was like, that's when my epiphany moment was. That's when I had that chemical imbalance that was missing from my pills. When I actually replaced it, and I was like, wow, like bam, I don't need these things anymore. And that's when you know.
I remember,
that's awesome.
I remember that day because I was chatting to you, and that morning you were kind of like, oh, I'm feeling a bit whatever jittery, and I remember when you said like, yeah, you know, when Sarah came back. Wasn't it? It was on Ananda Farms, wasn't it, when that happened?
Yeah, it was on the farm, yeah.
Yeah. And so I remember that too. But like Joram just mentioned there, as well, the SSRIs or the antidepressants and stuff like that. I remember one time they said to me, "Oh, take these," and it was like Lexapro or some shit like that. And I remember like taking them for like a week. And man, I felt fucking suicidal. I was like, I hate. It was a horrible feeling, and I was like, I got off it, and I felt like 100 times better. I'm like, shit, I don't need that shit, you know. Like,
yeah, I was on SSRI for several months, and nothing went for good. Everything was just even darker and more suicidal, and it fixed nothing except for okay, yeah, that patient is fixed. Nice, +1 in the stats.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, you know, stoners also get that man, you know, that's typical. Oh, you're a stoner, you're unproductive. You're just gonna sit around and be like, yeah, dude, like totally. Yeah, if I wouldn't get baked, I could be like that. But guess what? I can be baked. I can. Hey, I'll admit it now. You know what? Fuck it. I work for HP, Cisco, and Booking.com. Guess what? I was stoned all the time I went to work. You know what? Top over right here. So, bam!
Yeah, and
bet you didn't know that.
some years later, I was diagnosed with ADHD. So now I've got that MPH pills, and they work really great, and I like them. But man, I'm not taking pills forever until the end of my life. When I know, okay, just a little hit, just a small spliff, does the same. It does the same. I'm focused. I can do work that I'm not willing to do because it's stupid, like bureaucracy and taxes and all the. I can't do it if I'm biological. My standard biological mode, which isn't perfect. So if I take my pills, it will work, but then I'm an addict to some medicals some guy in the 50s invented for his wife called Rita, so that's the name is Ritalin, because he was searching for a drug for his wife. So she has a fat loss drug, but it didn't work. But what worked was, okay, she was hyper.
Yeah, no, and it's so interesting. And even if you go like where they say about about Xanax or whatever, where they say and yes, there are many deaths and there's massive abuse, obviously, but that can happen with anything. But where they say mommy's little helper, like I'll be honest, like if you look at Xanax, if you look at all these different drugs and stuff, very very interesting. Like, and I've done a lot of research into it because I was trying to figure out why, and like I haven't smoked anything in a long time. I've eaten it, yeah, for sure, but in micro doses, probably a couple of months back or whatever. But that was my own homegrown. But and Josie knows that because he saw it. But the point is, what I'm trying to say here is that like when the microdosing of if you go into psilocybin and stuff like that, magic mushrooms, and the treatment of psilocybin for depression or anxiety, different stuff like that. There's also microdosing of weed, and like we just talked about with Uncle Stoner, the different strains. Even microdosing, it's not like getting baked off your ass. Like Josie said, takes a hit in the morning, works. Joram just said it, like was able to just take a little bit, and that's it. And I have had the same experience where a little bit would not fuck me up in the slightest, and would actually make me very, very clear on, okay, I have no anxiety, I'm very relaxed. I'm very at ease, and
you're right. It's finding your strain. And for me, like a lot of people, say sativa. Yes, I'm anxious. For me, sativa is for me now in the morning, there's 2 cups of coffee, 1 bowl out of the bong, and I'm fine. When I used to work
his coffee addiction is really bad.
yeah. When I used to work for Booking, it was 4 hits in the morning out of the bong before I went to work. But guess what? I still performed. So that again defeats the whole thing of stoners are dumb. Stoners can't get work done. No, that's just again. if I'm smoking a whole bunch of indica and I smoke, I don't know, six grams in one session, yeah, I'm not going to be able to properly edit the video, but you know, I'll still be able to.
Yeah, but you won't drink 2 bottles of vodka in the morning also, and
That's
be
what I'm saying.
productive.
That's what I'm saying. There's another thing, and I think Kaz was talking about earlier. You were talking about earlier. Has there been one death of cannabis in this world?
There was one death called Hanky. He was a worker at the docks, and a ton of cannabis dropped onto him.
No.
Yeah, it's
But I mean,
Overdosed. He OD'd and died. Sorry.
yeah,
One
it's
ton
just
of
so
cannabis
stupid.
was just too much.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's-
think that to overdose on it, I think it's within 15 minutes you have to smoke like, I think it was some insane amount, like 45 grams.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
I think it's even more than that. It's some insane amount that like nobody in human mind could even smoke. Like even Snoop Dogg couldn't smoke that much in 15 minutes.
Okay, challenge accepted.
Yeah, Snoop. If you can smoke the record to the overdose in 15 minutes, well, you better do it here on quarantine now because I just called you out. So.
It's just like I just wish, like I see. For me, it's like the advocacy thing or whatever, where like I would go out, I would protest, I would stand, I would fight for it, the legal rights for it, because I know so many people who are like in serious pain. They're ill, they're actually sick, and they cannot get it. And yeah, okay, fine, if they're in the Netherlands, yeah, they could, and you know that's a different story. But in the Republic of Ireland, you cannot, and so that's it's fucked up, man. When, you know.
Let me say something about the Netherlands, since I mean, you know, I lived there. When I had my suicide attempt and got put to the hospital and was prescribed all the pills, I actually asked them to see if there is actually a medical marijuana card in the Netherlands that you can get, and you can get weed from the Dutch government. But none of the doctors actually were like prone to do that. They're like, no, maybe you should take this, maybe you should take this, maybe you should take this. So I wouldn't say it's that easy to get. Yeah, you can still buy weed from a coffee shop, but if I can order it online and get a discount at a coffee shop, I'd rather do that. So I'm not paying no tourist prices. So it's not always like that either.
It's the same thing with the ADHD meds here in Germany, because they are not just medicals. They are under BDM because they are drugs. So the doctors are not willing writing the recipes for it, because they're going into some kind of risk and being sued or whatever. So it's just in a minimum amount of people who need that substance that they get it, and it's the same with cannabis.
Yeah.
It's just a small difference in the fucking law.
And it's one of the reasons why, as well, I want to, well, I've said it to both of you, and you both know, but for anyone watching, I want to make my base a country where it is legal. So, and I wouldn't be someone that would be smoking my brains out 24/7, but if I choose to, from a libertarian standpoint or a liberty standpoint, I should be allowed to, you know.
Yeah, if you choose to, you should have a right to. It's just like if right now I can go to the store and buy a bottle of vodka and check it right now on live stream, and it's fine. But if I go to a store right now and buy, I don't know, a pound of weed and smoke it, people are going to criticize me, you know. So that's you know, that's the other.
Doing it.
So maybe just break that stereotype. If I can
get the video kicked out.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm glad we had Stoner come on today. I'm a living example. If this channel, once my channel does blow the file up, I'll be telling that story. You know what? Cannabis saved my life. You know what? Fuck you to the industry. You know, that's what I'm going to say, because that's how I feel. I'm saying it now. You know, so yeah.
So yeah, it's already 10. So
yeah,
I have a new high productive schedule. I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep every day, which is insane. So I have to quit here. Nice stream.
Yeah.
Great
good
to
stream.
speak with Uncle Stoner on YouTube.
Yeah, great stream. Thank you,
remember,
Josie. Happy
anybody
for
else?
Oh yeah.
I am. You guys are all in the future. I'm not in the future. Just see it. Oh, you can't see now because it's not Because the background is not here. Hold up 1 second. Virtual background, make this thing go away.
Yeah, that's the effect. If you're living in the past, everything's a little bit slow.
Yeah. You see, it's still daylight here. So basically, I will be eating that brownie I showed you guys. 225 milligrams of THC.
What time?
1 part. I don't know. Probably here soon. I mean, it's. I don't know what time it is here.
It's past the time to
eating
start
4 parts
420.
because I don't want to eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's not 420 yet.
Oh, is it not yet?
It's like almost 1.
Okay.
So we're good. All right. Well, anyways, like I said, appreciate the love. Everyone subscribe, leave a like, share this with your friends.
Hey, and I got something to play out for all those 420 kids.
Just hopefully it's not cut. Just don't blast it because we might get a copyright strike.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Because sometimes the claim is all right because then we don't get the money, but a strike is not good because you can't get a strike removed. So
yeah.
That's,
I'll play it.
So have great 420.
Take it easy, you too.
All right.
And
Meow,
stay
meow.
positive while remaining corona negative.
Yeah.
Stay positive while remaining corona
And
negative
switch to C.
with QuarantineHub. Stay positive while remaining corona negative with